הדובר הבא שלנו זה טארק נאסר. Tariq Nassar is an architect and urban planner. He was born and grew up in the Ras Al Hamud neighborhood in East Jerusalem. He's the co-founder of the Sinsiלה Center, which is a new model for urban sustainability in East Jerusalem. He has worked as a freelance architect and an urban planner, initiating numerous projects in East Jerusalem and other areas, focusing on placemaking, master plans, and community development. The lecture will be given in English. It's my honor to invite Tariq to give his lecture, Placemaking Levels in Informal Areas, an East Jerusalem case study.
Thank you, Tamar. First, I'm really happy to be here. Thanks, Tamar. Thanks, everyone who's really invited me. This is Jerusalem. It's a very complicated city. Unfortunately, I did my thesis in Stuttgart, in Germany, about Jerusalem. Unfortunately. Because sometimes when you know more, it's not really good. But the good thing about that, you know how to sneak around, right? Okay, so let's... So this is what I believe in, the development of humans and places together. Informal areas, missing master planning. No تخنيات, no detailed plans. Even there is تخنيت Av or تخنيت متار, but it doesn't really actually reflect what's going on the ground. So what we can do? Okay.
No, green for English.
Doesn't work? Oh, sorry. Thank you. Okay. So do you see the picture here? Informality. No green areas. See the other picture. Actually, I asked kids about them, what's really the difference. They said, wow, I can see it's the same house. It's planned. The previous picture, it's not planned. And it's full. You want to do pinui-pinui, تخنيات? Sure, we can do that, but it will take a lot of years. So this is the map of Jerusalem. Small black one, it's the old city. And the gray built up, it's the East Jerusalem neighborhood. Let's zoom in a little bit. So we'll see here the differences between East and West. The urban tissue here, it's more organic, not planned. And the Western side, it's more planned, more prototypes, more street. You can see even the streets without seeing the streets, just from the build-up. We have informal areas, so let's see that we have reality, we have a lot of problems, and the lack of planning for over 55 years. So we have a lot of impact right now, the lack of public open spaces, the lack of buildings, bad infrastructure, high density of built-up, lack of parking lots, and it's many, many things. But this is really what I care about, missing hope. Missing hope in those areas, it's very dangerous. And I was in Germany when I heard about the stabbing phenomena, to be honest. Like an Arab East Jerusalemites going and trying to stab an Israeli. And I was like, what? When I used to be 17 years old, I want to fly. So we're missing hope. And by the way, I did projects in Arab-Israeli cities as well. And I found it almost the same problems, except the political dimension in Jerusalem. It's the same problem in Al-Fakhem, in Rahat, in Nazareth. So what we can do? This is what I believe in, but I didn't start with long-term interventions because this is not my job. It's supposed to be the government job. So I started with very short-term interventions. and how we can reach up to the long-term interventions. It needs to be very intersected together. But imagine if we have hundreds of small interventions in those neighborhoods. You will change the whole picture. But how we will convince the municipality and the mshala and all those levels that this works. But you need the bottom-up approach more, but hundreds of small initiatives that can change the picture. And how we can do placemaking. I don't know if you heard about the terminology called placemaking before, but started 2 decades ago in New York about changing spaces into places. My definition, space without life, place full of life. This is my definition. Full of life. You add a chair, somebody can sit. You add a plant, bees comes, or a bird. So life. And you can do placemaking on all levels, public, semi-public, and private. To be honest, private, it was a lot of challenges for me, how to do placemaking in your house, Tamar, for example, or how you will do your placemaking. So, and at the same time, you have to consider all challenges, like we created some kind of toolbox called measuring satisfactions towards communities. Actually, in Jerusalem and authorities, you have to add authorities as well. So the whole thing started here. Don't underestimate those projects, because when I saw an email from a friend of mine told me, those small projects, if it happened in Kfar Saba, they will not gonna win the election. I told her, you're right, but this is Jerusalem. It's different. For me, it's a big challenge, big success to start with those small interventions, 15,000 shekel. 15,000 shekel, 20,000 shekel. Shading elements. You're just trying to find those salim, like benches, areas that people, they can sit, elderly people, they can sit and wait to the bus. Or rainwater protection, or an artistic mural. It makes a big difference, believe me. But imagine if you have hundreds of those in each neighborhood, with areas without planning. It works, believe me. It works very well. Okay, I will stop here with examples. Let's go to semi-public. How you can do placemaking on semi-public level. Schools, Sifriyat Sipuri, public library. Okay, private. It was a big challenge for me how to do placemaking on private level. In 2019, I met Yossi Oud. He's one of the biodynamic beekeepers in Israel. And he wants to do a project, with I was asking him, how many kilo of honey you can produce from each hive? The dimension of the hive? Okay, maybe if we put them on the roofs with women with unemployment sector over 80%, it can work. As a theory, he didn't care about the economic. This is what I loved, to combine things. It needs to be integrated, otherwise it doesn't work. So, Honey and Money, it was the tool in 2019 as a pilot with 15 women to attract them. So they will put their hives on the roofs, they will produce honey, they will sell it, they will get money. And their husbands, they will start to be proud after they taste the honey, not they smell the honey. And then they will go to their cousins and to their neighbors and they say, oh, I became a beekeeper. He's not gonna mention his wife even. I don't care. But he will do the green roof, and he will help, and he will start support their wives. And this is exactly what happened. This is the theory. Muhammad, the lady, she will put the hive on the roof. And then next springtime, the colony will be divided naturally. So they will have 2 every springtime. And then Muhammad and her husband, they will start doing planting on the roof. And then Hassan, the neighbor, she will get jealous. This is exactly the theory it was in 2019. And then we said, oh, but we need to combine private and semi-public together. So we need to create a مركز a center for sustainability that shows them examples how they can do at their houses. And we call it Sinsilah. Sinsilah, it means terrace, agricultural terraces. It's located on the roof of the public library in East Jerusalem, the only public library. And this is how it used to look, the public library 2019. This is how it looks right now. This is how it looks at night, with roof festivals and things that happen. This is even the room inside. Everything was built with the community. And then, this is how we started, 2019, 15 women. A beehive map in Jerusalem. And then to receive pictures, I just stole those pictures, by the way, from the WhatsApp groups. How they changed the roofs into, I just took them from the WhatsApp and I just put them in the Matsege. Right now we have 115 women beekeepers, 6 million bees in East Jerusalem. We won an innovation proposal from the Misrad al-Kalkala, green jobs, to teach new 530 women for the coming 3 years. Honey product, it was a dream for me. It was a dream really in 2019. Even my wife, she didn't believe what I'm doing, to be honest. I'm part of big master planning process right now for East Jerusalem with the municipality, and I'm telling you, I don't have that much hope. Roof Festival. We're building Sinsila 2, the first workshop space in East Jerusalem. Green roof, Sadnaot, Kayamut, B'Mizrach, Kol. Actually, to be honest, I love numbers. I became very financial person as well because I built a Technit Eski for the whole woman bee cooperative, the profit that comes in. And it's the first woman bee cooperative in the world. So it's like, we need to learn. There is no other cases. This Merkaz right now, 60% of the budget of it, it's self-sustained in 3 years. This project started with $10,000 as an idea in 2019. Now it's 1.8 million shekel in 3 years. The self-income of it, around 950,000 shekel. Because we became a goof. We became the body who implement project even in the city of East. In the city, for the eastern part for sure. And we don't have any competitor. Placemaking, I'm not doing it anymore. We have Sinsila, like a body who's doing this. So placemaking on all levels, small, medium, and large, we started with small. In this, I call it not actually, East Jerusalem, it's a sick area. It's not really, it doesn't need a vaccine. It's like, it needs some healing actually, some treatment. Because it's already a sick area, sick body that you need to really treat it. So small project with 15,000 shekel can reach up to 40, and then it can be even more and more and more. Right now, we have a lot of green roofs in East Jerusalem as an indirect. So this is what we're doing. We're adding a layer to the informal areas, either on the public space, or semi-public, or in the private roofs. Whatever the tool is. But here, it's the solution comes from the top, to be honest, let's say. Try to solve issues on the ground. This is the vision. I receive a lot of emails. A lot of cities, they want the model of Sinsila right now because it might actually, it even can work in New York. I have a lot of friends, they came from New York and they said, we need Sinsila in New York, like in Manhattan, to have such, like green areas. But the good news about it, 2017, it was an idea and it was a dream for me. Right now, this became part of the Technit Mamshalti. תוכנית החומש למזרח העיר, like how to develop and to put שלב, it's called תעשו מקום, placemaking, but instead of doing one placemaking in שכונה, let's do hundreds with a concept. This is what I believe in. I came back to this city 7 years ago. Sometimes I feel like bad when I came back, to be honest. But when I see the challenge, the achievements, let's say, I changed people's life a little bit, and women, they get money, and they have a green roof by themselves, and what we need is not hope, actually. We need action first. When you have action, hope will follow. Otherwise, it's just waste of time and money. I will stop here. Thank you.